an investigator do? You know, you see some massive A-lister who's in a gated community. You can't, even the best of us can't get through to them. What happens? What's the actual protocol to kind of, you know, metaphorically knock on that mansion door and let them know what's going on?
Right, so celebrities' whereabouts and contact information is not actually that difficult for a federal agent to access. And so they have to make their best efforts to make direct contact with the individual, because at the end of the day, these are sensitive allegations. They involve sexual assault. They're just like any other Jane Doe. There's a reason why we call them Jane Doe and John Doe in indictment.
Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Tonight, we're delving into a challenging and sensitive topic. What happens when law enforcement must navigate complex investigations involving high-profile individuals, such as celebrities? Let's take a closer look at the protocols, the barriers, and the broader implications of such cases.
And so they would want to make direct contact first with that individual to see if it's one thing they believe, that law enforcement believes that they're victims, but do they believe that they've been victimized? Are they willing to cooperate in this investigation and prosecution? And if they can't get to the celebrity directly, then I think the next best approach, and this is pretty much protocol, is to contact an attorney, an entertainment lawyer, somebody that has attorney-client privilege with the celebrity, as opposed to a manager or an agent where there's, you know, no privileged communications.
Yeah.
But again, I think, you know, it depends on whether they're going to cooperate. And I think in this scenario, there are a lot of people, famous people, that just whether they're victim or suspect want to have nothing to do with Diddy Doomsday.
When federal agents investigate incidents involving public figures, their first step is to attempt direct contact with the individual. This ensures that they can determine whether the person identifies as a victim and whether they are willing to cooperate in the investigation. However, for celebrities surrounded by layers of representation, agents, managers, and attorneys, this process is rarely straightforward.
You know, I can imagine that. You know, can I also ask you, we're in such a different digital age now where there's just so much on iPhones. There's so much video evidence in courtrooms now. In a circumstance like this, and again, they might have to go through many layers of, you know, handlers before they could actually get to a celebrity.
In cases where direct access isn't possible, agents typically reach out through the celebrity's legal or professional representatives. Entertainment lawyers or managers often serve as intermediaries. But even then, communication must be handled carefully to avoid compromising privileged information.
Some massive A-lister's door, right? But would they bring the video? Would they actually bring it in a handheld device to say, I have terrible news for you, and before you tell me you don't believe it, is this you? Like, would they actually show it at that point? This is such incredibly sensitive material.
You know, Ashley, they never come in with the golden nugget initially. I think, especially when you're dealing with a high-profile individual, the question's going to be, you know, do you believe you were victimized? Would you want to cooperate in this investigation? This is what we would expect from you if you do. And then down the road, of course, you know, they would share.
In today's world, evidence often takes the form of digital content, videos, messages, and more. This type of material can be powerful in a courtroom, but it also presents ethical and logistical challenges. Law enforcement doesn't begin by presenting sensitive evidence outright. Instead, their approach focuses on dialogue. Do you believe you were victimized? Are you willing to support this investigation? Only when necessary might investigators reveal evidence to clarify the situation or counter any denial of involvement.
If they're getting pushback, if they believe the person's denying it and are unwilling.
Well, if the celebrity has no idea, right? We're talking about unconscious people. Our grand jury witness told us that they were completely unconscious. So if they have no idea, doesn't it behoove the detective to enlighten them as to what is on the video? And by God, it's you, ma'am. You know what I mean?
Ashley, I know, but Ashley, I have a problem with that premise. You know, I know a lot.
As these investigations unfold, they shed light on the challenges of holding public figures accountable while ensuring fairness and respecting privacy.
People go to frat parties where the drinking is wild and crazy. And if someone puts something into a girl's drink and she is molested and raped on video, it doesn't matter what the intention was. It doesn't matter what kind of party she knew she was going to. You can't put your key into a car like that. You know what I mean? And so that's the only reason I'm saying I feel like some of these celebrities might have no idea it was them and this happened.
Justice must balance the complexities of modern evidence with the fundamental principles that protect all individuals, regardless of status. I'm Bakmal Ali Shah. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.